I'm wearing a top. Please, I'm not naked. I'm not naked. Do you see? I'm not. Should I sit like this all the time? I'm joking, but I'm not naked. Anyways, okay. I feel like I should wear a jacket or something. Cause last time I know what to do. Wait. Okay, I'm back. I'm dressed. Do you see that I'm dressed? Thank you. So, lesson number 9 is your parents are also learning. Give them understanding and time. This is a lesson that's very important to me because I don't think we realize how difficult it is to be a parent. Yeah, it's difficult to be a child, but it's also difficult to be a parent. I know we're always like, I didn't ask. We're always like, I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask for you to make me your child. I didn't ask for this life. Blah, blah, blah. We know. No one asked, guys. Even our parents didn't ask to be born. Do you get it? Our parents weren't even, they didn't ask to be born. And there's only so much that a book can write and say, and there's only so much our parents can learn from a book. Our parents are dealing with something different from a book. We are not books, you know? And they can read as many parenting books as possible, they can hear as much advice from another parent as possible, but each individual is different, which means each child is different. I have 4 siblings, and we are all 5 completely different children. When I was born, I was my mother's first child. I'm the firstborn. I was my mother's first child. My mother and father, they didn't know how to be parents. They didn't know how to deal with the crying child. They didn't know that I wanted to eat when I was crying. They didn't know that I wanted sweets. When I was sick, they didn't know, like, this is the medicine that I needed. They didn't know what specific part of my body was hurting, or they didn't know what medication I was supposed to be taking, because my body is different from their body. My sister was born. Now, they thought that when since they had learned from me that when I cried I wanted to sleep, they probably thought that Kim also wanted to sleep when she was crying. But Kim is different. Kim is her own individual. Kim feels her own feelings. So when Kim was crying, Kim wanted food, right? That's child number 2. Kuku was born. When Kuku cried, Kuku wanted to pee, or Kuku had pooped her pants. Let's just say, you know? That's a different child. That's child number 3. When the twins were born, now you'd say they're twins, so they feel the exact same emotions, right? Right? No. When Ayanda would cry, Ayanda wanted to sleep. When Amanda would cry, Amanda wanted to be carried. That's 5 different people crying for 5 different reasons and smiling for 5 different reasons, you know? So the thing that I'm just saying is, in as much as parents can read or be told or be given advice on a child, the child is still going to be different. The same way that we are growing, our parents are also growing. They are also growing. They are also learning adulthood. They are also learning how to be parents. They are also learning how to be employees. They are also learning how to be employers. They might have watched from their parents, but that's still not enough. Life comes at people differently, and we all need to know that each and every person that we come across, including our parents, are growing. They are learning how to deal with themselves, how to deal with their own emotions, whilst also learning how to deal with their partner's emotions, with their in laws' emotions, with their parents' emotions, with their children's emotions, with their bosses' emotions, with the people that are working for them emotions. Everyone is growing. Everyone around us is growing. No one is going, when someone becomes a parent, they don't somehow have the manual to be a parent encrypted in their mind. They don't have all that. And yes, some people's parents had them, like some children were born out of wedlock, so they weren't expected. Some people planned to be parents, but in as much as you can plan, you also need a backup plan, because what you plan isn't exactly what's going to happen. And that's what happens with our parents. So please bear with them. When you're thinking they don't understand, they don't, they really don't understand. but you also need to help them understand. You can't get angry at someone for not knowing something you haven't told them. You can't get angry at someone for not knowing something that you think they might have gone through as a child, so they should know. I know a lot of people's parents will be like, inini pandandri mwana ndaisaita zvinhu zvakadaro, or when I was your age my parents didn't even allow me to go to movies or whatever. My mom says that a lot. Hey, I wasn't allowed to go to parties. Hey, my mother didn't even allow me to go for movies or whatever. And it's kind of like, okay, so since your parents didn't allow you to go, why are you also oppressing me the same way your parents are oppressing you? But they learned something from being told to stay indoors, or not being allowed to go to certain places, or not being allowed to go out till dark. They learned something from that. And you should also ask your parents, Mama, why aren't you allowing me to go to this place? Help me understand, because you're just gonna sit in your room and be mad for something that you really shouldn't even be mad about. And also help them understand, okay, I get that you think that there are dangerous people out there, but how else am I going to learn to deal with dangerous people if I don't face them? I know you're trying to protect me from the world, but to be honest, at some point I'm going to go out and have to deal with the world without you around. So how am I supposed to do that when you're keeping me chained and locked to my room? It's all about communication when it comes to our parents. The same way we deal with our friends and we talk to our friends, we tell our friends like, okay, what you did upset me, what you did made me happy, is the same way we tell our parents these things. And guys, they're all growing, they're also learning. Our parents have, look, women go through menopause at some point. I don't know if men go through it, but yeah, the same. We all go through puberty, right? Whilst you're going through puberty, your mom could be going through menopause. That's not the best of times to be two females in a house. It's not. But you know it's hard for them too, guys. I know it's hard for us, but it's also really hard for them too, because they have to deal with bottling up emotions because they're trying to help their children, or they're trying to be strong for their children. You need to understand that our parents are really trying. They're trying to be strong for us. Times are difficult, times are tough, times are really hard. I think the best example is our parents never went through a pandemic. So they don't know how to deal with the pandemic just as much as you don't know how to deal with the pandemic. Bear that in mind. That's the best example I can give. And yeah, they don't know how to navigate life just as much as you don't know how to navigate life. Because yes, they learned their adulthood. They went through their 20s. They might not have gone through their 20s with with you. So they learned how to go through their 20s by themselves, right? But then they reached their 40s and they had four kids, they had five kids, they had one kid, however many kids. They learned how to do life without another individual. Then another individual was added. Then another individual was added. So they had to keep learning how to grow this tree. This tree had to keep going. The trunk had to keep moving with all branches just growing out and leaves coming out and the fruits falling out. It was just a lot. It's a lot for our parents just as much as it's a lot for us. So give them time, give them understanding. Also, like, just be there for your parents so they can also be there for you. Um, I think that's it. That's all I had to say. Yeah, guys. I hope you took something out from this. Parents, be nice to your kids. If you want your mom to watch this, should I remove my thing? Okay, let me remove this so I can look like an angel. But yeah, guys, be nice to your parents, because your parents also, they're also growing, they're also learning. And yeah, thank you for reaching the end. I hope you learned something. Yeah, I hope you learned something valuable. I hope you took something out from this. And I hope you enjoy your day, your week, your month, your year, your years. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.